Excuse the hat, but it's like 7 degrees at the moment, so I'm keeping my lugs warm. Bruce in the Brucey Bonus Man Cave. This is Phoenix on the Night Vision Forum and the new Thermal Hunting Forum. So put links to both of those down below. We're always on both of those and the Airgun Forum's Night Vision section, so you can find us both on there. So this kit is courtesy of Cliff Ray. Thank you very much, of opticalsolutions.uk. I'll put the link down below. So we have the SAIM SCT35, let you see past the lens cap. The SCT35 has internal recording, which is an improvement over the SCL35 we've previously reviewed.
It also has Wi-Fi as well, which the old SCL didn't have.
Right, brilliant. The only thing it doesn't, unfortunately, record sound, so I'll have to, with the clips Bruce has given me, that he's recorded out on one of his permissions at the quarry. There's rabbits, deer, geese. I'll just have to voice over those bits.
The SCT35, it's a 12 micron 384 by 288 core and a 35mm lens. This is the first 12 micron thermal I've looked at. As a spotter, it's first class. It's really, really good. And in particularly in black hot mode, I'd say it's the best spotter I've ever seen. The way that it picks up hot targets is just tremendous. The detail of a target is not that great, so it's a good spotter, but I wouldn't class it as a great scope, not compared to some scopes I've seen. But as a spotter, and you'll see in the video that I've shot, when you put it into black hot mode, it's outstanding. It really is. It's terrific. The difference in clarity, the difference in definition between picking up targets in black hot mode and in white hot mode is noticeably different. Black hot mode is noticeably better than white hot. So,
yeah, it is,
yeah.
And I'm surprised because I naturally always have thermal spotters on white hot.
I'm the same. I normally automatically go to white hot, but in this particular occasion, and I don't think it was down to the weather. I mean, it was a good night, thermal condition wise, but when I switched it into black hot, I just couldn't believe how much better the picture was than it was in white hot.
Right.
It was very, very good indeed.
Yeah, Bruce just ran me through some of the clips on his laptop, and I'll put the clips in a minute on this video. But yeah, it's true that the black hot mode was much clearer with much greater definition.
Yeah,
a greater differentiation.
The detail in the sort of area surrounding the targets, like the small variations in height in the ground and height and thickness and the density of undergrowth was much clearer in black hot mode than it was in white hot mode.
Yeah.
So as I say, as a spotter, absolutely first class. I would have no hesitation in recommending this product for somebody that wants a spotter. A scope, as I'm saying, I'm not as keen on it as a scope, but that's a personal thing. We did originally have a little bit of issues with it apparently just switching itself off randomly. That has not occurred lately. That didn't occur the other night when I had it out, and it hasn't occurred. So right. My feeling that it was just randomly switching off, unless I've got fingers that are big and fat and maybe touching the buttons at the wrong time, I don't know, but it seems to be behaving itself now.
Could be. It's Wednesday morning right now, so tonight I'm going to head out to GARC, Grampian Rifle Club. I'm going to pop this fella on my FX Wildcat. Thanks for having internal recording. I'll record it zeroing out to sort of 25-30 meters if I can with the Wildcat, and then either tonight or tomorrow I'll also record some footage in the paddocks, the usual paddocks, where I recorded the footage last week of hard SA45 LRF. So I'm just going to record in the same location, same conditions, hopefully pick up some horses or people and rabbits, just to get an idea of the thermal quality.
I could switch on the recording now and record some stuff while we're talking.
Yep.
Right, we're now recording. So that's just looking at our usual sort of target across there, the ridge line. Right, okay, what I'll do then is I'll go through the various menu, the colours and the contrast and stuff like that, and the magnification. So, right, we've got the SCT35 switched on. I'm looking across to my usual sort of view of the ridge line. There's a stone in that roof which I can see quite clearly, and then the trees beyond that. The ridge line is about 100 yards. The trees are about 180. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the various menu functions on the scope. Now, you won't see that on the video because they don't appear in the video. I only see them in the viewfinder. But because Russ is recording this at the same time and is going to insert this video, there should be my commentary on the video of what I'm doing
Yeah.
as I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the magnification. So that's, I was on ×1, I'm now on ×2, I'm now on ×3, and I'm now on ×4. You can still see the stone in the roof, but the image is, it's pixelated. There's no way you can hide that. It's a pixelated image. And if I go back to ×1 again, right, we're back in ×1.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to change the brightness. We're on brightness 2, that's brightness 3, that's brightness 4, that's brightness 1. My general preference is for brightness number 2. The next menu gives us the colour palettes. We're in white hot. Now we're in black hot, and I think you can see that there's a lot more clarity in the image in black hot than there is in white hot. I'm going to change it to red hot. And there's nothing hot enough to show up with the red, with the little red.
You want me to
That's
step into
colour.
the driveway for a minute?
And oh, there's a bird just appeared.
Is it still there?
Yep. Now you can see that bird on the roof. You can see the head and the top of the chest is red. The rest of it is white. So there is some target detail showing when you go to that red. It's not red hot. It sort of tracks the hottest point in the image.
Hot track. Yeah.
Hot track, I think we could call it. Yeah, there is a little bit of target detail there, whereas you don't get any target detail on white hot and black hot. But black hot does give, for me, a better image altogether.
Try to go for a wander.
Okay, on you go.
Keep chatting to the camera.
Okay, Russ is going for a little walk, and we're going to try and see if we can get some detail in different colour modes. Right, stop there, Russ.
It's good enough.
Aye, stop there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try them in different. That's hot track mode. That's full colour mode. That's white hot. And you can see his nose and the tops of his cheeks are a bit. Looks like a ghost.
So, Bruce,
In black hot.
if I take my handles off the crutches, can you see what the handles?
Yeah, hold on a second. Oh yeah, you can see that. I mean, that's no argument about that.
Excellent.
No, stay where you are. Let me just... I'm going to change modes. So you're in black hot at the moment. Red hot track. Colour. White hot. And you can compare the differences. Okay, you can come back now.
I'll go shut your back door for you. You want that door?
Coming out. She's going away at the shop. She's want to put stuff in her car.
It's literally blowing open in the window.
Ah, don't worry about it.
All right, okay.
Something I want to show here, which is this contrast thing. Now I'm not sure what this control is called. If it's contrast edge enhancement, if you look at the image, you can see that it's like sharpens up the edges, but in doing so, it puts a kind of halo around them. It makes things look really quite false. I'm not a big lover of that, I have to say. Okay, I think you need to have a look at some of those bits yourself.
Okay.
Right, on you go. Crack one. Oh, show my. I said must be. You help. Middle button gets you into the menu. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll work it for you.
Okay.
You want me to raise it up a bit?
Oh, you can do. And then I'll raise the camera up a bit as well, accordingly. There we go. Thank
How
you.
high do you want to go?
Oh, right. A little bit higher, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. And then move the camera.
I'm not getting you a set of steps to work the buttons.
Brucey bonus step ladder.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Now you should have the magnification at the top.
Yep. And the brightness at the bottom. Yep.
3,
Yep.
4,
Yep.
back to 1.
Yep.
Brightness 3,
Yep.
brightness 4,
Yep.
brightness back to 1,
Yep.
brightness 2.
Yeah, that's two's good.
Okay.
Two's good.
Has the menu disappeared?
Yep.
Right, I'm going to press this button twice and that'll bring you up to the colour palette menu and that image enhancement menu for whatever it's called. Right, so
Okay.
bump, right, that's
Yep.
your colour modes.
Yep.
Black hot,
Yep.
red track, which you will see more in.
No. Yep.
Full colour,
Ooh, whoa. Yep.
white.
Psychedelic and then back to white. Yep.
I'm going to put it in black hot because I think it's better.
Okay.
Right, this is image enhancement. Edge. You see any difference?
A little bit of fuzz around the vertical drain pipe downspout.
That's you back to smooth, is it?
Yes.
Right, if I increase that again, to me, it's supposed to be like, I don't know what you call it to be truthfully. Well,
Sharpness.
it's nearly sharpened, I think.
But the four symbols is a rounded hill, getting slightly sharper, sharper, and then it gets to a point. So it's
that's your main functions. If you go into the main menu, you can switch ultra clear on and off. But today, with these weather conditions, you will not see any difference in ultra clear.
no.
It only comes into its own on poor thermal conditions.
Yeah, ultra clear with the SAIMs is for Aberdeen's typical foggy, misty, sea mist,
High moisture content.
moisture content. Yeah, there you go. So this has got that, but today it's clear as a bell. So
to be truthful, all the tests I've done with it have been done in good thermal conditions, so it really hasn't had a chance to show how good it is. However, when we had the SCL35, was it a 35? It had ultra clear, and I had it out one night where it was really horrible conditions, and it really did improve the image. I was using it against the PARD SA25 and a Pulsar Helium 38, and with the ultra clear mode on, there was definitely was a better image.
Yeah.
You could see stuff with the SCIM and ultra clear mode that you simply couldn't with the PARD and the Pulsar. So
excellent. Clever stuff.
Ultra clear mode definitely worth it for high humidity conditions. In normal good thermal conditions, doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay.
The rest of the stuff in the main menus, like the Wi-Fi, video out, setting your zero and stuff like that. I don't think the reticle adjustment would show up in the video either.
No. Oh right. Okay. Yeah. We don't believe in the SAIM, the SCT35, that when you go into the menu, the reticle adjustment menu, we don't believe that records. A bit like it doesn't record on the PARDs either. So.
That's right. No. So the video will show whichever reticle you've selected and in whichever colour you've selected the reticle to be.
Yeah.
But you won't see any of the actual menu items in the recorded video.
Yeah.
Test it.
Okay.
And you won't see any of the main menu items either. It does have Wi-Fi. The password's 123456778, but thus far I haven't found an app that I can use with it to stream the video to, in the way that, like Pulsar got Stream Vision, PARD uses PP Show or Roadcam and some others. Now I'm sure there will be an app that will work with this, but the apps that I have and have typically used before, I can't get it to hook up with.
Okay, no worries. So if I lower this back down again.
Please do.
Please do to Bruce height.
To get it to my height.
Okay, we'll put it Bruce height. Your conclusions with the SCT35.
My conclusion: simple two-liner, great spotter, not such a good scope.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
As a spotter, first class, terrific. Out of this, best I've seen.
Yeah. So
nice and light, easy to carry around. It runs on 2 CR123As, a couple of spare batteries in your pocket, and you can run it. Of course, you can run it on non-rechargeables as well. Right. Which is quite a neat feature. You can set the battery gauge up to display the voltage, whether you're running on 3.7 volt rechargeables or 3 volt non-rechargeables, and it'll give you an accurate display of what your battery life is. So from that point of view, it's only 3 buttons. There are also shortcuts that you don't have to go into the menus.
So it's a long press on the camera button to switch off the recording.
Yeah, until the icon disappears.
So what we've got coming next tonight, I'm going to go take this fella, put it on my Wildcat, and zero it at GARC out to 25 or hopefully 30 meters to see how that works. Check the zeroing functions all work normally, and then either tonight or tomorrow I'll record some of the beasties at one of my local permissions. Hopefully horses, rabbits, all that kind of thing. With it tripod mounted. Okay, some overall facts and figures. The SAIM SCT35 is 7.5 inches long, or 193mm, including the mount and both mounting screws and 2 batteries. It weighs 1 pound 5 ounces, or 589 grams. Conclusions wise, I would say it's an excellent piece of kit. We have a built-in lens cover, gone through the 3 menu functions. We've got the video out. The main body is polymer, and as you'll have seen from our review of the SAIM SCL35, pop the mounting screws off. We have 2 threaded brass inserts set into the body of the SAIM. Some would see that as a downside, that it's not got an aircraft grade aluminium alloy body, but keeps the weight down. The objective focus ring is quite stiff, but it might well loosen up a bit with use, or you could, I think I would probably, for speed, I would probably pop a coaster on. Interesting, battery compartment is a little bit loose. As with other scopes in the same range, it takes 2 batteries. These are the rechargeables. There's a certain way it goes in, with pictogram on the inside. There's a pretty obvious plus and minus on the cap as well. So that just pushes on. That's better. So you've got to press the battery cap fully on to get it to fully click into place. But at least the battery cap has a lanyard, so it's retained. Brilliant, good design there. The alloy mount reach back Picatinny rail has a removable recoil arrestor stud and holes in the capstan headed nuts. So that's great as well. Hex nuts. There's a slight cone shape in the receiving bracket and a trough shape with, you can see the angled edges, so force centering. I don't know how well this would accept any kind of shimming, because being a digital scope, it is possible that you might want to shim it and you want it to lift the reticle when it's zeroed into the center of the screen. I would say pros and cons. Fantastic technology in this. It's got all you need, things like the ultra clear mode, and there's no other thermal scope I know of that includes an ultra clear mode. So that's a big plus. It's pretty light, very compact. So pluses in regards to this are the ultra clear mode, the lightweight, compact size. The reticle issues we had with the SCL35, all fixed. Reticles look great in this, and they all show up on the video. It is a fantastic piece of kit. It's very, very clever. As always, it's just a shame it's got to go back. Case-wise, we have another robust padded case. It's well padded. It has lanyards for a shoulder strap. We have a side pocket for the Picatinny mount. You've got the shoulder strap. All in all, great packaging. If I had the money, would I buy one? Absolutely. These things are the dog's danglies regarding thermal technology. A direct comparison to the PARD SA35, for example. The PARD is £500–600 more and doesn't have onboard recording, but this fella doesn't have side-mounted laser rangefinder. So pros and cons, but an excellent, excellent, excellent thermal scope. A quick press of the middle button gets you the quick menu. So top row, zoom ×1, ×2, ×3, ×4, back to 1. Lower menu, you've got brightness levels, another press of the middle button. Lower menu, you've got levels of sharpness, and as the sharpness increases, so does some of the on-screen fuzz. Third press, we have reticle options, white cross with the black center, black cross with the white center, all red or all green. Nice green, all green's nice and clear actually, so I'll leave it on that. And the lower menu, we've got different reticles. a pretty complex T, pretty complex cross, a rather chunky circle with a central dot, a rather complex T, a small cross, concentric circles, a very small cross. So there's 8 options on that lower menu. Anytime, by the way, you want to force recalibration, you just simultaneously press 2 rear buttons. The front button is power, central button is menu, and the rear button, quick press, is photo. Go for a longer press, and in the top right hand corner you see the video recorder timer. Another press of that to stop it. Okay, so a longer press of the menu button, and we have at the top the ultra clear mode, then there's Wi-Fi, then there's auto recalibration, video out, picture in picture, pop on, there we go, nice and clear, and it doesn't clutter up the main screen. And then we have other menu functions and gyro. This one selects between 3.7 volt rechargeables and 3 volt non-rechargeables. Then you've got your choice of 4 zero profiles. Then you go into your zeroing menu. Now in this one we have the top is, if we go into zeroing, you can see on the left side of the screen that's zeroing elevation. Press again and that's zeroing windage. And all the top buttons to increase or decrease values. We've got more information and back. And in the top left hand corner you can see the current palette setting, current magnification, current zero profile. You can see that the reticle is slightly low and slightly to the right. Pressing zoom, that's me zoomed to a factor of 4. And you'll see that the reticle hasn't moved into the center of the screen, but it hasn't gone off screen either. So that the scope doesn't center the reticle when it's zoomed.